Welcome to the Nerds Who Swing podcast. My name is Miller.
Margot.
You can find us everywhere where you would find a normal podcast.
Search Nerds Who Swing on Facebook.
You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Pinterest. You can find us on SoundCloud. You can find us on YouTube.
We are so many places.
Or even on iTunes. That's probably where you found this one. And then the most important one is you can find us on Patreon.com, where if you want to just give us $1 or $2 to help just pay for hosting our website and our podcast.
Oh, that would be so nice of people.
I know,
Can you
right?
imagine if they did that?
There might even be bonuses eventually.
Bonuses?
Yeah.
Sexy bonuses?
No, lame bonuses.
Oh,
you
good.
could do our taxes.
Lame bonuses. Bonuses including.
That's right. And then you can also, we have a contest with every episode where if you want to be in our logo.
Yeah. Did you see our logo? Can you see it? Pull it up. Do you see our super sexy logo?
That's right.
Is it me right now?
It is right now.
It's me right now. That's me, folks. But maybe that could be you.
That's right.
Which would be super hot.
Send us your picture.
Send us a picture.
Any one of these.
No faces?
No faces.
No faces. Not that your face isn't sexy, but, other sexy business.
Also, no penises unless there's also a vagina there.
Because who wants a penis?
Yeah. Just saying. Yeah, as 50% of the vote, I'm not voting for that. Yeah.
Anyway, send us in your pictures if you want to.
You could be the background of the Nerds Who Swing logo.
Can you imagine your body, your sexy, sexy bod as the background of our logo?
Damn, Margot.
So hot.
Yeah. Anyway.
I like it. Okay, we're Nerds Who Swing.
That's right. Margot, Miller, enjoy the episode. Margot.
Baby.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
Time to hold on tight. We're going to talk about Swing.
Oh, nice. Best intro ever.
That's right.
For those of you who haven't watched Swing, you don't know how delightfully cute that was.
That's right.
If you watched it, then you know.
That's right.
You're laughing
and that's
right
the episode.
Now.
Have a good week.
Woo!
Go out on top. Yeah,
go out on a high note.
That's right.
Okay.
So
Playboy TV had a series called Swing.
Right.
It's not on anymore.
I don't know if it's actually been officially canceled or anything. But I think it's been a couple years since. They just decided to stop making them. I'd like to think it can come back at any time.
Okay.
And when they do come back, please contact us at nerdswhoswing@gmail.com.
Oh yeah, we are so there. Yeah, I'd go to the Swing House for sure. That's
right.
So they call it the Swing House.
Right.
So what happens?
Okay, so let's talk about the show.
Yeah, talk about it.
So every week they have a new couple that is either really new to the lifestyle and swing, or they're considering it. And there's been a couple of the couples I think maybe have dipped their toes in a little bit as far as maybe they had a threesome or something.
It seems like a few have
or one
had
of them did in a
experience with
different
a girl,
relationship or something.
But not couples or multiple couples or that kind of situation.
Right. So basically a new couple every week they bring onto the show.
Yes.
And
the newbies.
Then they call them the newbies. That's right. And so they come to the house, and the idea is to expose them to swinging in the lifestyle.
Right. In a super safe, but also televised.
Yeah, it's still a reality
way.
show. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And in the house, it's of course, a mansion of a house, right?
Right.
With a pool and all that business. And there are 5, 6
I think it changes
couples?
every week, but it's at least
5
or
6 other couples. So there's 10, 12, give or take, people there. Sometimes there's just a single woman mixed in with the couples as well.
Yeah.
Usually it's other couples.
Right.
Experienced lifestyle couples, they call them the residents.
That's right. And the residents, for the most part, they kind of change every week too. There are some residents that come and go. Yeah. Some residents are in one episode.
Yeah.
Some are in a couple. There's a few like Mike and Holly that are in almost everything. I think they're in 4 out of the 5 seasons.
Okay. There's that Kimberly and I forget the dude's name. They're in lots of them. And Ashley and I forget her dude's name.
I see where you pay attention. Yeah.
Anyways, there's several that come
even
up
Daniel
often.
and Nikki.
Nikki, they're in there.
They're in it for quite a while too. So there's a whole bunch of kind of residents that kind of help introduce the newbies to the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So The show was on for 5 seasons.
All right.
And they were in 5 different locations.
Okay.
No, they weren't. I'm just kidding. They were in 2 locations.
Weren't they just in LA and Vegas?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. But the house and stuff changes.
That's true. The house changes.
Not every time.
Yeah, I think it changed every season.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
Anyway. It's not on anymore. So where do you can download it? You have to download it.
You can go to playboytv.com.
Okay.
And you could subscribe to their
I would recommend it.
Yeah, it's a really good way for people to learn. They talk they have little snippets where they talk about different things.
Mm-hmm. Different terms.
Yep.
Experiences, good things, bad things, whatever.
Right.
And I think it's just it is porn essentially. But
right. We should say that it
only...
is porn. In every episode.
Well, it's Playboy TV.
Yeah, you'll see boobs at the minimum.
More than that.
I know, but at the bare minimum, I'm pretty sure that's what you see.
It's not. They don't yada yada over anything.
No,
they're not like, and then they all slept together. They show you everything, and the music gets all porny and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And so let's go over what the show format kind of is.
Okay. So you meet the new couple.
Right. So every episode opens with them driving up to the what do they call it? The swing
house.
Swing house. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get out. And they always show some kind of clip of them before, their audition tape. And sometimes it's ridiculous.
It's it's from 1987.
Yeah.
And it's shot through a glass of milk.
There was one that was it was their security footage, it looked like.
I don't know where they get
the
these
camera
videos
was
from.
really high.
Yeah.
Up on the
they
corner of their house.
They clearly don't send a cameraman to obtain the footage.
Yeah, and they were like, we need a video of us. What do we have?
Yeah. We have this weird thing of us barbecuing.
Yeah.
That's sexy.
It gets better as the show goes on, though.
It does, but it is pretty funny.
Yeah.
I always think, look at this video they sent me.
Yeah.
The host lady always says, and you're always like, it's too funny.
And there's a different host, too. From Season 1 has one host, and then Season 2 to 5 has a different host.
Right.
Okay, so they're driving up to the house.
Mm-hmm, and then they meet the host,
right?
First.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she kind of walks them through what they're there to do. They have to sign a contract.
Yep.
That basically says
it's just silly.
It's the best part of the show.
Okay, they make them read it out loud, and then they have to sign it, and it's just we want to be here.
Yeah, I think they're just treating every episode like it's somebody's first episode.
Yeah, I guess.
So they have to so that you're not confused. It's not serialized porn.
Yeah.
Where it's a long-term story arc.
I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
That should be a thing.
We have to go.
It's Lost, but
we gotta go write something. Okay, so they sign their contract. They write out any extra rules that they have for each other.
Right.
If
lots of
they
couples
room,
mention they want to be in the same room.
Or they don't want a full swap.
Some couples don't want to kiss. Lots of the rules we talked about before.
Yeah.
And then once they're all happy with that, they usually go back to, they get introduced to their own bedroom, which is always, ridiculously awesome. Either it's huge, or it's just a really cool room, like a huge bathtub or an awesome shower or something like that.
And 9 times out of 10, they take a shower.
Yeah.
The new couple. We just watch them shower.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny. I mean, it's sexy or whatever.
It's not hilarious. They're not telling, their stand-up routine in the shower.
But it's just very funny because it's we're here and we shower. I don't know. It's a very funny part to me. But anyways, they're usually, it's an overlay of audio of them talking about what they're hoping to experience or whatever as they're showering each other. It is
cute. Funny,
it's
but they usually
intro
to shower. Usually they some kind of they play together.
They fool around or something.
Yeah. Sometimes they have sex. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're just on the bed, but usually it's the shower.
Yep. And then they go meet the couples.
Yeah, they get ready. They throw on a swimsuit or something.
Usually.
And then the couple all the residents are waiting for them in the backyard.
Yep.
So.
Then they usually go down and meet them, and there's usually some sort of it's intercut with these talking head segments.
Yeah, it's like The Office kind of, where they're throwing in talking heads.
Yeah, where they're I thought she was really hot, and that kind of thing.
They always say they're nervous, what if there's nobody here we like? And then 10 seconds later, they're oh, they're all really hot.
Yeah. Yeah. They've already sucked on a bunch of nipples, and they're maybe this is going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they usually go and meet the people. And in that chat, they always find out, the couple's history a little bit more. Mm-hmm. If they have any boundaries or rules or whatever, what they're looking for.
And then they usually play a game.
Right.
Which is, icebreaker game.
Yeah.
I like it because I feel like it gives me good ideas for our actual life. Sometimes where I don't know, like we should do that game, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. And the games range from like, and depending on the season, sometimes they have a pool. So sometimes the games incorporate a pool.
Yeah, it's often
sometimes they don't.
It often is something outdoorsy and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like they did the one with it where they had like shaving cream.
Yeah.
And the girls had to get naked and they put like shaving cream bikini on essentially. Right. And the guys had to use like water guns to get all the shaving cream off or whatever. Right. That kind of a thing. Like a because you're not dressed up at this point and you're going to have time to shower and get all ready for like your night. So it's definitely like sexual play type games, but not necessarily like actually doing stuff.
Right.
Although often that's what happens.
Yeah. Sometimes they have, they play like a dice game where you have to like do what the dice says. So sometimes that one could get a little more like,
they usually do that one later.
Suck on this or do that. You're right. They have done that later too. So they play a game outside. The newbies don't always get like fully naked or anything. Then
usually
they kind of ease them in.
Yeah.
And then after they're done with the game, they usually at some point somebody comes out and they're like, "It's time to go in and get ready for whatever."
Yeah.
And I remember I think it was in the first season or something. It was always some person that came out of nowhere that we didn't. Like, they had never mentioned before. It's like, "Oh, guys, it's time to get ready," and it's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah. And that's usually like, "So it's kink night, folks," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, or it's whatever night.
Yeah.
For their dress up, and then they get ready, and then
so they go back inside, and then everybody's like, "What do you think of the new couple?
Yeah.
What do you think of the new couple?"
It's a little staged. But
yeah. And
it's
so
okay.
you kind of get a hint about which couples might be interested in them.
Yeah.
And then they get ready, they go downstairs, and there's not always, but there's like a theme sometimes or a type of night.
Kind of a cocktail party thing.
Yeah.
Usually they're dressed up in some particular manner.
Yeah. Not always. Sometimes it's just like the dress to impress kind of thing. So they do that. And
then they often have either a game, which is basically just a different version of what they play during the day, like maybe the dice game or something.
Yeah.
Or they have like almost like a workshop where somebody else comes in and like teaches them about something.
Right.
I think that's kind of interesting because I feel like it exposes you to different things that you maybe didn't know about or didn't think about before. So I always kind of like that part.
Yeah. Me too.
It's always like a very sexual activity. Obviously, it's kind of a warm-up for them to go play, you know, like it gets them all ready or actually starts to play. Like they have like a blowjob expert or they have a tantric massage person or they had that sex furniture person.
Oh, yeah. Well, like at this point in the show, it's like they've been drinking and stuff all day. And they had kind of icebreakers earlier.
Yeah, they're all pretty revved
so
up.
So everybody's kind of like, ready to go. So when they get to this point, it's like, I'll take my dick out so you can like whatever.
That's right. It's usually...
Like, everybody's fine with it.
Yeah, and there's usually some more of a... I don't want to say forceful because it's not forceful in terms of if you don't want to, but it's a little more... Like during the day, they tend to treat the new couple as very like... Are you okay? Like, is everything good?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do this? And then later on, it's like, switch partners!
Yeah.
And then you're just, like, sitting on somebody else's lap or something.
Yeah.
Not
each episode's different, though,
kind
because for the couples a little more timid, they don't do that as much. Like, they don't play those types of activities.
They more so let them watch.
Yeah.
The resident couples do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. If it's a couple that's more secure... or more adventurous in the lifestyle, then they kind of push the boundaries a little bit more. There's a few times where they go on like field trips outside of the house.
Yeah, I never liked those ones as much.
They don't seem quite as good, but they did it a couple times in the later seasons because the first 3 seasons are in LA, I think, and the last 2 are in Vegas.
Okay.
So they go out to like Vegas type events.
Sometimes it's kind of cool. They play games in like the limo and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
They look fun to go to.
They do, but for the show, it's not as interesting when they go somewhere.
Because they usually go to like strippers or something.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
Often,
exactly.
right?
Oh, they went to the stripper. Did they actually go to the strippers? They went to a show once, and they went to like a mechanical bull.
They went to a mixology place.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because that one was funny.
Yeah, that's right. So they do that. Then they come back to the house, and then by this point, they everybody's like even more liquored up, more ready to go.
But not like slobbering.
No, everybody's still in control of themselves.
Very ready.
But everybody's ready.
Yeah.
And so usually they end up going to
the red room,
or they call it the boom boom room. Like sometimes I don't like that name. So weird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the room is literally red.
I know.
Why don't
just
we just
call
keep
it the red
calling
room.
it that?
Yeah,
it's the room where everybody fucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's a nice. It's a room. It's got pillows. It's got soft beds. It's huge beds.
It's got
like multiple
toys
beds,
and
actually.
lube and it's like everything that you might. If you were like, if I could design a room for sex, it would be this room.
And then so sometimes in the show at that point, the newbies either like take a second and go get a snack almost, and regroup, and they're like, "Are we ready to go in there?"
Right.
And then sometimes the newbies are the first ones in there.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
And they're like, "Let's fuck."
Yeah.
And then so they go in there, and then depending on the play level with people, the music changes, and it's
oh yeah, it gets real pornish. Yeah.
And sometimes the newbies just kind of watch. Sometimes they interact and do a soft swap. Sometimes they do full swap. Sometimes they have multiple full swaps.
Oh yeah, sometimes they go to town.
Yeah.
What I like about the show, I think the best is if you're watching it when you're very, very new, especially like maybe you haven't done anything or you've done very little but you're interested, it's all fine, right? Like you said, there's episodes where the newbies just watch and they one day slowly do get more involved, and that's fine, right? And then there's ones where they just like jump right in, and I like that. I feel like it for a new person might help you feel less pressure.
Yeah.
I know it's a TV show and it's not like real life, and it doesn't mean that when you go to the clubs or the parties or the hotels or whatever, it doesn't mean you're going to have this exact same experience. But it really does show that like you can be as experienced as you are or not. You can want what you want and what you don't want, and there are other people there who are like you. You can look all different ways. I like the variety of the show, right? Like there are people who are younger and older and in super good shape and less so, and they all find people and activities that make them happy.
Right.
And then sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're like, it was only okay or whatever. And I think that that's all very normal and very much like life. So
yeah, I agree.
I think for a reality show, I mean, obviously it's not real in the sense that who's going to a mansion to a play party like this. But in another way, there are literally house parties going on right near everybody right now, where that is kind of real life.
Yeah,
like it's not a fantasy in the same way that some reality shows are.
Right.
It's kind of just a televised, a little bit more, I guess, like organized version of what does happen at hotel parties and stuff.
Kind of, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I remember when we watched the show the first time that I remember in almost every episode there was a point where I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Or like, oh, that's cool. Like there were times when it would start and I would be like, oh, well, I'm just not attracted to the couple. So in my head, I was almost like, man, we should skip this episode.
Right.
But then by the end of each one, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was good. Like, I'm glad we watched that one, you know?
Sometimes they play with like a toy that you've never seen before or used or maybe you've heard of, but you haven't kind of seen it in practice. And that's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we should. Okay, so after they're done playing in the room.
Oh, then they usually go to bed.
They go to bed.
Yeah.
And then in the morning they have a chat with the host or sex counselor lady.
Yeah. You used her title.
Yeah, they break down. It's like a breakdown of what happened the day before. What if they're cool with what happened, not cool. They chat about it. And then, then they say bye to the residents. And they go.
No, you're missing the most important part.
Am I?
Do they want to... Was
this that's
fling,
right. Yeah.
Or do you want to swing again? So they get their contract at the end, and they can either like tear it up if they're like, swinging's not really for us.
Right.
Or they can keep it, which is, I mean, it's a piece of paper from Playboy. It doesn't allow you or disallow you to do anything, but it's just a formality where it's like, we're going to be swingers or we're not, which spoilers, most of the time they're like, yeah, we are.
I think there was
a couple times there's a no, but
I can think of 2 times when it was a no. And then there was one time there was another no, but I was really surprised because I think I don't remember if they actually played with people or something, but then it was like,
they were way
and they were like, no, we're good.
They were like, it was just a fling.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Which is fine. Everybody's different.
Yeah, it just seemed really out of place. Like, really odd. It was like a twist ending.
Yeah.
And I think there's 2 times... There's, like, because they do a pretty good job of showing like a range of people in the lifestyle. But like there's 2 episodes where things don't go great in the whole show. I think there's only 2.
Is it 2? I can only think
There's
of one right
the
now.
one where
my favorite
she has
one.
like a quick like flip on him.
Oh.
Where he thinks everything's cool.
Oh,
and
I
they're
forgot
massaging
about
a
that
lady,
one.
and then all of a sudden she sits back and like doesn't want to do it, and then she gets really mad at him.
Oh, she calls him a fucking douchebag.
That's right.
And she's so snarky. Oh my gosh, she gets mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not a good episode. I think
me
that was
laugh,
pretty early
though.
on.
It's funny.
And then there's the one where he's not feeling it in the red room, and he leaves, and then
That's my favorite one.
she comes out to check on him, and it seems like she's being supportive, but then ends up going back into the room without him.
Yeah, and keeps playing, and he's mad.
Yeah, he's
like,
pissed.
He's so pissed
He gets so
off.
pissed that he ends up leaving the house.
Yeah, and they do a little, not a voiceover, like just a thing on the screen where it says that he like went up into the hills.
Yeah,
or
he wandered the
something.
woods around the house or
And then I
something
thought,
like that.
maybe he was going to
This
get
is where
eaten by wolves.
he dies. Holy cow! Yeah, the next
Yeah.
slide is like Bill was never seen from again. Like
Yeah, it was
or heard from again. I
pretty
guess.
funny.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for the name of Nikki and Daniel's thing.
Oh, okay.
Nikki and Daniel. Okay,
Okay, so let's.
because I can say what it is.
We narrowed down. We were going to do a top 10, but we only got top 9 for some reason.
Of what?
9 favorite episodes.
Oh,
it's not in
really?
a top 10 order. It's just our favorite episodes. We have 9 of them.
Oh.
So we'll say that our 10th one is the one where the guy runs off into the woods.
Only because it's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually kind of not. He's really mean to
No,
her. And
they're mean to each
she's
other.
mean. Yeah,
They're both
very
terrible.
mean to each other. That was a rough episode.
Yeah.
That was one of those ones where I was like, I hope this isn't real. Like, I hope it is sort of that reality TV
I do
scripted
too,
kind
because
of thing.
it felt
that was
a little
rough,
bit.
man.
Yeah, I agree.
They were not cool to each other.
No, they weren't.
They are not the type of couple who should venture into the lifestyle in a real way.
Yeah.
Well, obviously they have communication issues and trust issues.
Yeah.
And respect issues between them, and that is not
Right.
the way that you want to.
No.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay, so I think we have 2 from every season.
All right.
That's not 9. How does my math work?
2 times 5 is not 9.
What season do I have more than one of?
No, less than one of.
Oh, yeah, season 2, we only have 1.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? Let's see if you can
Sometimes
remember them.
numbers are hard. Okay.
It's hard.
This is like a quiz.
I'll see if you remember. So I'll say the episode number and the people's name, and you can be like, "Oh yeah, I remember them."
Okay.
But you got to be honest, because you can't be like, "Oh yeah, I fucking remember
That's where
them."
they had the sex.
It's the one where they come, they're new, and they have sex.
You don't have to say the episode number. I don't know this show
No, but
well
this
enough
is for
to know the
people.
episode.
This is for other people.
Oh.
It's not for you.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Gosh.
You're talking to me. I thought it was for me.
Yeah. No.
Rick.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, yeah, no, I'm just going to give you the episode number. You tell me the name of who was in it and what happened.
This isn't Friends. I don't know it
all
that
right.
well.
Yeah. Yeah, the one with all the swinging.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Season 1.
Season 1, episode 3.
No idea.
I'm just kidding. It's Michael and Kimberly.
Oh, they're the ones who end up on the show a whole bunch.
Yeah, so they come
She's
on
blonde
the
at
first
first,
season.
and then because
as
we
newbies.
forgot that we were
And then later, I don't know if it's right away in season 2, but they come back as residents at some point.
Yeah.
Next is season 1, episode 10? 9.
Okay.
The number I have here doesn't match what this website says. So it's Jessica and Mike.
No, I don't remember that.
I believe that was the episode where she was in the bathtub with a bunch of ladies. And then on the bed, and he liked to watch.
Oh, that one was good.
Yeah, that was good.
There was lots of lady-on-lady action in that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
There was like 4 ladies on the bed
Yeah,
having sex with each other.
and they were using those
I remember that.
double-ended toys.
Yep. That one was good.
Yeah, that's on Marco's list of
Yep.
activities to
It's on my
try.
list.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, we already kind of mentioned them. Season 2, episode 5 is Nikki and Daniel.
Okay. They are on Instagram, by the way. They have another show on Playboy now, right? Is that right?
Yeah,
Is it
I
a
think
show
so.
or is it like a...
No, I think it's a show.
Okay.
I think it's a show about... We haven't watched it yet. I think it's about sex toys.
It's about sex toys? And they're called... Oh, crap. Where did they go?
They're another one of those couples.
Something... Yeah, we're following them. Where did they... I just had this pulled up.
They're another one of those couples that started out as newbies on their season. And then they come back as residents later on.
On Instagram, they are Dirty Love Games.
There you go.
X. On Instagram. DirtyLoveGames.com. So they are now the hosts of, it says Toy Ride.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And local lifestyle parties. But they were on Swing. And they were... they had like a really good episode. They were like brand new, and they really dive in. And they follow us on Instagram, which was like the coolest thing, because I was like, they're like practically celebrities.
That's our favorite episode.
Yeah.
Okay, next we had season 3, episode 5. So that's Stefan and Taya? She had pink hair.
Oh, Taya. Yeah, I remember her. She comes back as a unicorn later.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that was season.
If you want to like get through the games and just get to the sex really quick, that's a good episode.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
They are like going down on each other at like during the hot tub
pool, like right away.
It's like they've been there for. Well, I'm sure they've been there longer in the actual time of the day, but in the episode, it's like 4 minutes in, and they're going down on other people and stuff. Yeah.
Then season 3, episode 7 is Al and Sparkle.
They come back too.
Yep, they do.
Yeah.
Well, we got a trend here of...
Yeah. Well, that's... Yeah.
Yeah. Then in season 4, there's Jason and Chloe. That's episode 6.
Oh, that's the one where she gets vodka poured down her crack.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They do body shots off of her.
That's right, they do.
Yeah.
I don't remember if they come back.
They do.
Do they? Okay, well, there you go. And then there is Cecil and Stephanie... Season 4, episode 8. Mm-hmm.
We just watched that one.
We did. I don't remember if they come back.
No, I don't think so. Why did we like that one? Not that I just don't. I don't remember what was there like a unique thing about that one that I forget.
They end up playing, I think, in the hot tub after like the red room.
Oh yeah, that one's kind of interesting.
Yeah. When they're outside and stuff.
That's right. Yeah. They also have sex on the stairs before they even make it to their room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, then in season 5 we have episode 1, which is Alexis and Matt.
Alexis and Matt. Oh, we just watched that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the like super fit couple. He's like an exotic dancer or something, right? I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. They get right to it right away too. They're like, "Hello, couples," and then they play a card game and they're all sitting on each other's faces and stuff.
Yeah. That's
right.
Right away. Yeah.
It's like yeah. Yeah.
And then the last one is season 5, episode 8, the last episode. Brett and Laura. I think they end up like everybody in the red room playing a lot at the end together.
Cool.
We haven't got there in our rewatch yet, but it was on our list.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
So those are the episodes.
Honorable mention to the guy who gets eaten by the wolves.
That's right. And then, I don't remember what episode that is. I wonder if I can tell based on quickly looking here.
Mm-hmm. It's I don't know how people watch shows. When we both work from home, we sometimes have it on in the background and we'll sort of watch and like, oh, that's hot. And then
don't judge us if we watch porn in the background during the
day.
Weird?
Yeah. Sorry. Or we might watch it like at night together when we're actually watching.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of episodes.
It is.
But they're fun and there's sort of something different in each one, and I would totally recommend it.
I think everybody should watch it.
A real seasoned, experienced lifestyler may or may not find it as interesting. To me, I think it skews a little more to the
it's
newbie
better
range.
for new people. But rewatching it now,
I still
having rewatched it now.
No, having rewatching
it now.
Yeah.
The second time through and having more experiences is also still interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right. Did you?
This is not an ad. We should mention.
No, we don't get paid.
We legit actually like it.
Yeah, we're not.
If
paid
Playboy
by Playboy
wants to kick us back some.
Yeah. If any of these
Playboy
couples
cash,
that have been on the show want to come on our podcast,
if you want to come on,
we'll be happy to have you on.
If you want to play,
that's right.
whatever.
Yeah. If you want to send us dirty pictures,
it's like I will welcome it. It's fine.
That's right.
Yeah.
nerds2swing@gmail.com.
Good episode.
You too. Hold on tight.